Okay, we're back. My turn now. All right. Good. Michael Hands, Scott Wendon, 2-day pass, manual driving instructor, automatic driving instructor. We'll get you ready in no time if you want to do a 2-day pass, but we've also got assessment lessons. See if you even qualify for the 2-day pass, to be honest, okay?
Yeah.
And then we take it from there, so we can do block booking, pay as you go. All right, that's enough business. Right, what we're here to do is my turn at driving the manual car, which I haven't been in for a while, so I'm going to get all the excuses out of the way. All right, we're facing Greenford Test Centre, which is literally just in front of us, over there.
Yep.
Okay, I think, yeah, it's open actually. Okay, so we're here Friday afternoon. I'm not going to waste any more time, so I'm going to get going. I'm just going to talk about this annoying thing on the left that I'm using my left toe to use. I use my big toe on all the pedals. I always use the corner of my foot on the brake, corner of my foot on the accelerator, so I don't put flat foot and rev too high or brake too high or heavy. Okay, right, I'm in gear. Find the biting point. The revs actually start to move. Did you ever notice that when you get the biting point, they drop down because that fuel gets fed into the clutch?
Yeah.
So it sucks up that fuel and the revs drop down. So I know I'm at my biting point, but I can feel it. Play around with the car a little bit. So there's the biting point. All right, now I'm gonna have a good look all the way around. I don't need any gas because I'm only gonna go really slow, and I'm just holding the biting point. Now I put the clutch down all the way, put my corner on the brake to very easily put on the brake. Okay, mirrors, signal, I'm gonna turn.
What would you do here, just emerging out here?
Do you want me to go left and show you the really tricky route?
Go on, go left.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go left. We're gonna show you the really tricky route, which you don't usually do.
Okay.
All right, so I'd say about 5 to 10% of tests go left and up and over Horsenden Hill. So this isn't on any videos on YouTube, and your instructors probably will never take you this way either, because a lot of people don't want you to go through the width restrictions down there.
Yep.
Because it's a brown pants moment. Especially if you've got a nice car, which we are in. I'm very impressed with this car.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm up way too high in my revs. I'm up at 2,500 revs there. Shifted into second gear now. And we want to start to shift into second gear when the arrow comes on, which is coming into third gear now. So I'm shifting, and it actually puts a number next to that arrow as well, which helps me to know what gear I'm currently in. More importantly, what gear I need to shift up into. Now, a lot of people ask me, is there a down arrow that tells you to shift down? No. Okay. All right. Now, do I really want to be going into fourth gear? Why not? Now, if you had a learner on this road, would you encourage them? Oh, it is telling me to shift down. Oh my days!
Are you happy?
Wow.
It does tell you to shift.
That's new. See, I have driven this car a little bit today with Mike. Okay, but that's new to me. So nice, it does tell you to shift down. Why?
Because it was in too high of a gear for the speed you were doing.
Too high of a gear for the speed I was doing. Right. Yeah. But it also can tell that I'm on a gradient. So maybe it knows I'm on a gradient, and you need to use a lower gear if you're going up or downhill. Right, now around this bend, this is the tricky bit. Traffic light's always red, so I'm going to shift down into second, raise the clutch up to use engine braking, and I'm going to eat my words. It's still green, but this is where you want to go all the way over to the right onto the centre, the solid line on the right, so you get a nice straight car. Now I've done that in second gear, but if you're on your test, you probably want to go into first gear. All right, first gear will give you a bit of engine braking. Not that I need first gear, but I'm going to put it into first gear, raise the clutch up all the way, and I'm holding the brake on very gently, and you can see how that helps to slow the vehicle down. Okay, all right, second gear, third gear. My priority here, this car can't see me clearly, now he can, so I held the brake just in case he edged out. No one on the zebra crossing, and I'm proceeding to follow the road ahead. Now I'm getting the brake on because up and over the hill, which was the narrow part, was 30, but now we're on the wider part, which is full of residents. Don't do the bump like that, Scott. Keep 1 meter from the left. Okay. It's gone down to 20.
Yeah, it's a
now,
20 zone,
with the bump, must always keep roughly 1 meter from the left, or 1 door length from the left. Now, I was very tempted to do a bad habit, or a dangerous, serious fault, which would be going more than 1 meter from the left and potentially into any oncoming traffic. Even if there isn't any oncoming traffic, it could still be marked as a serious or dangerous fault because it's not necessary. Okay, so don't try to make it comfortable for the examiners by going over the bump with it down the centre of the car.
That's right.
Because you must keep 1 meter from the left. Okay, stopping for this lady. Okay, she had her back to the crossing. I didn't think she was going to use it. Make sure I go back to first gear. So on the last video, we said how we can feel it when we move off.
That's right,
yeah?
yes.
And I felt that.
You felt that, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt it was a deeper rumble.
Yeah.
And that is not the correct gear. Now, I don't know if anyone noticed there, we've got the camera here, but I was actually braking at the same time I was gearing up. So I'm slowing down
and gearing up. Okay.
So I used to ask my students, is that possible? And that would confuse the bejeebus out of people.
Okay.
So now if you're doing 40 miles an hour
and you're braking,
could you still gear up to gear 5? Just an example. I mean, what was I doing? I was doing...
What is the correct way then?
Well, you want to use the right gear for the speed that you're in.
Yeah.
So I was doing 20 miles an hour. And I could do 3rd gear at 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So although I was braking a little bit, I could actually do 3rd gear at 15 miles an hour. So I still geared up to 3rd, even though I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right, anyways, that'll probably come up again. You might notice I do that again. If I do that again, I'll mention it. Now I'm turning right here, following the signs to Oxford, okay? The sign was back there, but I was too busy talking about braking and gearing up.
Yeah.
Okay, now a lot of people stop here, even though it's a green light.
Why did they stop there?
They see the traffic on the A40, I think, going like that.
They assume, oh my god, they're coming right
at me. I'm going way too high in the revs again, up to 4,000, 3,000 revs. 4th gear. 5th gear, this is what I used to do a lot of, and just let the car take it for you. As long as you're not accelerating, the car holds a speed depending what gear you're in. Now the sign for Oxford's here, but it's hidden by the tree.
Now, does the examiner, would the examiner help you?
No.
They wouldn't help you?
No.
Even if you turn around and say,
clutch down and come to a stop with more brakes. Yeah, so you need to know it's this lane for Oxford, the big straight arrow. Okay, now there's 2 lanes going around the bend to the left through the traffic lights with the left only arrows. And you got to keep the right side, because you know Oxford is going to be going on to the A40, the dual carriageway. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping to the right, because round over this bridge here I'm turning right and onto the A40. So what I'm doing is a kind of a snake. I'm going to go left and then right and onto the A40, following the signs of Oxford. I'm also going to be approaching at a high speed to join the dual carriageway, so when we get there we'll look at that. Remember to go back down to 1st gear when you stop at the traffic light. When you stop, you drop gear. Okay, keeping to the right lane behind the blue vehicle in front, A40W. Now there's no yellow box here, so I can stop here, even though it's kind of in a junction. Clutch up to biting point, at the same time easing on some gas. Okay, and now 1st gear turn, 2 high revs, 2nd gear. Okay, 3rd gear, gas off, clutch down, 3rd gear, clutch up, gas on. Clutch, gas on, gas off, clutch down, 4th gear, clutch up, gas on. When one foot goes off, the other foot goes down. Alright? Excuse me, Mr. Range Rover, I'm a learner. Okay, so I'm checking plenty of mirror checks onto the right there to make sure it's safe to join. You don't need to signal, but it definitely would benefit. So I've added a right signal just to tell everybody, especially the Range Rover that was overtaking me as I was joining there, to let them know that I'm going to join onto the dual carriageway. We keep the left lane at all times unless we're overtaking or turning right. or we need the right lane or the centre lane to follow signs towards Oxford, which is actually going to come up a little bit further down the road. Now I'm in 5th gear, it's telling me to go down to 4th gear, but I'm ignoring it, okay? It's gone away now anyways. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm keeping the revs really low. So the revs are about 1,500. That means I'm using the very bare minimum of fuel. Okay, so if you are driving a manual car, you can actually get slightly more better fuel efficiency depending on if you're doing eco driving. Eco driving means that you've got the highest gear possible with the lowest revs possible. Right, speed limit 40 miles an hour. It's changed. It was 50.
Yeah, it used to be 50. Yeah, now it's 40 all the way up to London.
Now, if a vehicle's in front of you when there's a slip road joining, let them on. So I'm going to let this lorry on by just braking gently. And if the vehicles are behind you, well, just keep going. So the most important things to remember, if the vehicle's in front of you, let them on. It's just courtesy. Although you've got priority, you'd like someone to do the same thing for you. Like I would have liked that Range Rover to do for me when I was driving back there.
Absolutely.
Now I was in a high gear. I was making a point of taking one foot off and putting the other foot on the other pedal. So gas off, clutch down, or clutch on, clutch off, gas on, gas down. Okay, as you change gears. Okay, now as I was doing that, I was going up the gears as I was talking, went into a high gear. Now high gears don't give you acceleration. They give you high speed, but they don't give you acceleration. Low gears will give you acceleration. So if I wanted to overtake here or change lanes, I could do what's called kick down. So I'm going from 5th gear, this is the beauty of a manual car, into 3rd gear, and then I can add the gas and I can get a nice bit of acceleration. Sign for Oxford, mirror, mirror signal. Now there's a drop zone behind the green car, although the white van's taking it now. So what do I mean by a drop zone? I mean there's an area, a big gap behind the car. So there's a big gap behind the van. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm in a low gear. Blind spot check for the outside lane to make sure that they're not moving into the centre lane at the same time that I am. Cancel my signal. Maintain a safe distance from the vehicle in front. So roughly about 2-second gap because it's dry. How do we measure a 2-second gap, Mike?
Go past a stationary object.
Me?
As your car is going past a tree, a lamppost.
Right. So I'm
Only a
passing
fool
the sign.
will break the 2-second rule.
Yeah, but what about that car? How do I know I'm 2 seconds away from that car?
So you get in. So what you do is you allow that person to go past that same object first. So if it's a lamppost or a tree, let him go past, and you're counting up to that same object.
Only a fool breaks a 2-second rule.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm about to, so we take that bridge, this vehicle, only a fool breaks a 2-second rule. There we go. Now he's falling in the gap in between. So I did just go from 3rd gear to 5th gear. That's called block changing up. Okay. I'm going to block change down now because I'm going to reduce my speed because the traffic's going from 5th into 3rd. Okay. And that's going to help me get acceleration for this slight uphill. Also help me to decrease speed if I need to. Gives me a lower speed range 3rd gear. Now I need to follow signs of right slip, mirror, mirror, signal. Keep the speed flowing as you change lanes. I'm even going to gear up to get a little bit of speed there. So I'm in 4th gear. Now I'm going into 5th gear. And I've got a 50 mile an hour limit. I'm going to take the next exit on the left. I'm going to mirror signal here because I'm at a higher speed. I'm going to signal earlier. So I can signal anywhere during the countdown markers that I've just passed. It was 3 white lines, 2 white lines, 1 white line, exit. Keeping to the left as I exit because I haven't been given any directions yet. Now the examiner will tell you turn right at the roundabout. Alright, mirrors, signal, braking now, huge queue of traffic. This looks like it's going to be a nightmare. And I'm gearing down into 2nd gear, holding the brake on gently and gently raising the clutch up to get engine braking. Off the brake, just let the gear do it all for me. I'm not in any rush as there's a big queue of traffic here. Now this is the point where I'd be looking at my sat-nav on my car to see brake on, clutch down all the way. Always brake first, handbrake first, then neutral. So with the pedals, it was brake first, clutch down to stop, and then it's handbrake first with my hand, neutral second, okay? And that's securing the car.
Right.
Now,
what's the plan here?
with my car, I'd see if there was going to be a load of traffic here. Oh, you got that? Oh, yeah?
But your thing's kicked in, isn't it?
You just cut it out.
Can we continue? Sorry.
Alright, so we got a slight blip there in the image with the clutch, but that's fine. I've got it back up and running. Alright, so we won't be looking at any maps. Alright, we'll just have to see. So I've got the biting point here, and I've got it down and up. This is what I call advanced clutch control. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And what that's doing is that's allowing me to even just balance the car. As I'm on a hill, I'm not going back, I'm not going forwards, because I've got the biting point so perfect that it's not going to go back or forwards. Okay, down on the clutch all the way, a little bit of brakes to stop the car. Now earlier, just now, I said brake always first, clutch second. The only exception to that is if you're on an uphill, because then you can get the clutch down early, the gravity slows you down, get your brake on, and then you can stop. Now I'm going to find my biting point, because I can see the traffic starting to move, because I'm looking through the vehicle's windscreens in front, and I'm holding the biting point at the biting point, now releasing the brake. So I'm doing that biting point without the handbrake this time. I'm doing it with the foot brake. It's all down to your preference. You can use the handbrake if you choose to, which I say is a better method, because then you get your foot on the gas because it's not on the foot brake. Or you can hold the foot brake on like I'm doing now, then find the biting point, then release the brake and go forwards. Okay? Handbrake on, neutral, and relax. Right, we're going to see how bad the traffic is on the right. If it's really bad, I'm going to go all the way round the roundabout and I'm going to come back. Alright?
I think it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bad.
It's a Friday, it's rush hour.
Right, clutch, biting point, handbrake down. If you need it, bit of gas. I'm just holding the biting point very firm, and then I can raise it up once I get about a walking speed to a jogging speed and come fully off the clutch. Now what a lot of people do that stalls the car is they jump the clutch. Now Mike, I'm going to purposely stall.
It's up to you.
Alright, so I'm going to find the biting point, and now I'm going to jump the clutch. Now I don't want to do this because there's a van behind me.
He's going to get...
I'm not going to do it now because that van driver just follows you too close. But if I raise the clutch too high too quickly, it will stall the car. So you want to hold that biting point roughly halfway, get the gas on, raise the clutch up, and off. You need that gas for these roundabouts. If you do Southall Test Centre or some other test centres, you really need a lot of speed. I'm talking too much. Shift into second gear, it's not too bad. We're going to continue the test route. Okay, mirror, mirror, signal left. I've taken the third exit, now going into the left lane as I exit the third exit into the left lane because it's safe to do so. If it's not safe to do so, I'll use the right lane on the exit. It's all going to merge into one here, okay? It works like a zipper. One tooth goes in front of the other, but do bear in mind there's people that like to break zippers, so there's a person on the right here you need to be aware because they're going to merge into you. If they're being a competitive driver, you let them pass you, okay? You hold back, let them go in front, and then we'll join behind them. Right, second gear, gas off, clutch down, second gear. Clutch up, gas on, 2000 revs, third gear. Gas off, clutch down, third gear. Now, second to third gear is quite a difficult gear change. A lot of people, they rush it, won't they?
They
go whoom into fifth or whoom into first. And then you got a big problem because you either stall in fifth or have a very, what's that, labour that's called when the car following the sign, south right slip, turning right, mirror, mirror. I'm not going to signal, I'm just going to change direction because there's a road here before the one I want. When I'm about 5 car lengths away, I'm going to start to signal. Mirror, mirror again, signal. Brake first, clutch down because I'm on a flat road, it's brake first. Downhill, brake first.
Yep.
Uphill, you can put the clutch first, but you can also put the brake first. That's why I said it's always brake first, because it applies to all circumstances. Okay, now back to the gearing. So second to third gear, I say, is the most difficult gear change. So people rush, they go accidentally over into fifth, and then it will labour. That's the sort of kangaroo, the jumpiness to the car. Or they'll go into first gear and raise the clutch. Then what happens, Mike?
Stalls.
Nosedive, mate. So,
oh, okay, yeah. All right.
And then everyone's got coffee up over the dashboard and broken neck. Okay, filter light, green arrow.
Yeah.
What do green arrows tell us?
Filter traffic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we still need to take care of oncoming traffic and any other vehicles that might cross our path, or is it safe to just continue to turn?
It is safe to continue.
Yeah,
yes.
good. So when we get green arrows, we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
But be cautious. Sometimes
they might run a light, yeah?
Yeah, people are running, especially cyclists.
Yes.
That's another video.
Nobody be hating on the cyclists, by the way. It's not fun being on a bicycle, but yes, they do need to obey highway code as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to be going down Victoria Road. Now it depends what way you go on Victoria Road, but you do have unorthodox roundabouts. Unorthodox roundabouts mean the left lane is left only, and a lot of people fail because they don't see the road markings and they don't use the correct lane to go straight ahead at the roundabout. This direction is not unorthodox. I'm going to use the centre lane to turn right at the traffic lights. There are two lanes that turn right at the traffic lights. Ideally, we always want to use the left lane if it's safe to do so. So I'm going to use the left of the two lanes that turn right. Now, when we're going to go right at this light, because there's two lanes, but always when you turn right, you want to go straight into the centre of the junction, in line with the centre of the road that you're turning into, then turn. Don't turn too early, because if I start turning now, when this light goes green, I'm going to go into these vehicles. Biting point, a little bit of gas. Okay, hold the gas on, raise the clutch up all the way, reach the centre, then turn. Then there's no danger of me going into the right lane and into the van. Second gear, mirrors, signal, blind spot check. I'll just mirror, blind spot check. Right, it's a 30-mile-an-hour road. I'm checking my dashboard, which we have the speed displayed. Do not rely on the speed displayed on your vehicle. Okay, if your vehicle does display it, look for signs. Okay, down into second gear. Second gear is always a good gear for roundabouts. And there's blocker cars. Blocker cars are what? What's a blocker car, Mike?
What, your oncoming traffic?
Okay, give me a little bit more detail, because that doesn't help.
I call it a shield.
Shield. The shields are different in my opinion, but go on, give me some more information.
The traffic that's going to be blocking, so you're giving way to the right.
Yep.
Your right's looking at their right, which is our shield. That's the way I.
Yep. Yeah. Good. So my right's looking at their right, which is the blocker car or shield, as you put it. Okay. The shield for me is if you've got a big lorry or a bus next to you.
Right. Okay.
When that big lorry or bus goes out, you stay next to it. It's your shield. Nothing's going to get through there. Yeah. There's no traffic on the right, so I'm just proceeding. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Back to second gear. Because the guy pulled out the side road there, we're going to slow down. Awareness and planning, plan for second gear. Alright. Second to fifth.
Second to fifth.
And fifth to second.
You're messing around with the gears now.
I was just going to go in fifth and let it take me the rest of the way.
Okay, alright.
But it's just slowing down all the time.
It's not an automatic.
It's not, no. It's definitely not.
You're missing your automatic, aren't you?
Okay, traffic lights. Roundabout, turn right, mirror, signal, wait for the road markings here. Early change direction, defending the left lane, the right lane. Mirror, signal, which is already on, and coming to a stop. First gear, up on the clutch, on the gas, take the gap there. I would walk out, I would drive out. Okay, as I pass the first exit, check the mirrors. As I come towards the second exit, check the mirrors again. Every exit you pass, check your mirrors, signal, and just releasing some grip off the steering to allow the steering to naturally glide back over to the left and exiting the roundabout on the left. Now we've got a double-decker bus coming towards us and parked cars, so I'm just making sure there's enough room to keep proceeding, which there is, so I'm gearing up and gearing up again, 4th gear, gearing up again, 5th gear, and making sure I stay at 30 miles an hour, 5th gear, eco-friendly driving, highest gear possible, lowest revs. So basically I'm not even really accelerating at the moment. The car just does it all for me until the big white van pulls out of my face and then doesn't even say thank you. We've had a lot of those today, haven't we? Yeah. I like to say that they're not very skilled drivers, so I feel uncomfortable taking their hands off the wheel. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Alright, 3rd, 4th gear, 4th, 5th gear, and again, just a little tiny bit of gas to keep me at 30, but not that much. Now we're on the zebra crossing. We're coming through South Ruislip, I guess.
South Ruislip, is it?
Yeah, or into Norfolk now. Norfolk will be the end of the road.
Should be a sign saying welcome to Norfolk.
Yeah, we'll see it then. Yeah, so we'll look out for that. Okay, so we're going to be following the signs towards Harrow, I believe. So these are all signs that are used on Independent Drive. Is he going to use the crossing, or is he just standing there? It looks like he's just standing there.
Yep.
Okay. This is not a crossing, so I'm not going to slow down and stop. And then round the bend here, we're going to have our traffic lights, and we're also going to have our sign for Harrow. So the examiner will start to tell you, follow the signs to Harrow, and you'll think, where is this sign for Harrow? Okay, so it's more difficult when you're asked to follow signs. Okay, so I'm having a good look here. The sign's blocked by the traffic light, which isn't very helpful. Gone down to 3rd gear, Harrow's on the left, mirror, mirror signal, defend, position early, onto the left side, next to the double yellow lines, down into 2nd gear, use engine braking to help the car slow down, down into 1st gear, and I'm prepped and I'm ready to go again.
Nice.
So this is what you were doing as well, but then we think, you know what, we might be here for a while, so handbrake up, neutral, relax.
Good.
Alright, and then we're eco-friendly driving again.
Engine switched off.
Engine switched off. That means the aircon will switch off as well, which is alright because it's getting a bit cold there.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm cold now. You can switch it off if you want.
Yeah. Brilliant.
There we go.
Alright, so we're going to come round here. Now there's a bus lane you can use. Now if you can use bus lanes, 1st gear, biting point, handbrake down, bit of gas as I raise the clutch beyond the biting point, and 2nd gear. Okay, now you can use bus lanes if they're safe to use, necessary if the time plate says you can use it. And it's very important that you do use bus lanes, because if you don't use bus lanes, you can fail your driving test. Okay, now it's the opposite way around when you can't use bus lanes. So then if you use a bus lane when you can't use it, again you fail your driving test. So you need to be able to read time plates at the same time that you're driving, and you need to do vigorous training to know how and when to use bus lanes so that you feel more confident for your driving test. Okay, so we're going to keep following this road and that bus lane will appear. Okay, I can see there's a pedestrian using the zebra crossing. I'm going to gear down. So it's very important you've got good forward planning in a manual car. Here's the bus lane, and the time plate says I can use it because it's Monday to Friday. Actually, what's the time?
No idea.
7 AM to 10 AM and then 4 PM to 7 PM. I've got a feeling it's after 4.
Yeah, it's already after 4 now.
Where your clock is, okay? I'm still trying to look for it and I can't bloody see. I see lots of numbers but no time. Okay, I'm going to Wembley, which is the 3rd exit turning right, so I'm in the correct lane and I couldn't use the bus lane anyways. Mirror, mirror, signal right and down into 2nd gear. Early vision, early decision. I'm going to take the opportunity here, add a bit of gas, and I'm through the gap between the car that was coming on the right without making it slow or stop. Mirror at the 1st exit, mirror at the 2nd exit, signal here for the 3rd exit as I pass the 2nd for the exit beyond. Okay, and then we are on the left exiting, checking the right mirrors. I might need to change direction to go around the parked vehicles here on the right. Now this route you could do the opposite way, and that's where you get the unorthodox on the Victoria Road, and these roundabouts you get that bus lane on the exit there for following signs of Rayners Lane. Very important you do your training so that you learn the routes. If you're coming to Greenford, there's a lot to know. Okay, I'm keeping the left lane as I'm going straight, following the signs of Wembley. See this dusty patch here? Mirror, mirror, signal left. I like to tell everybody that's the area you're driving in. Remember I said on your video about the parked car on the exit from the Rayners Lane roundabout? There you go. So that parked car is going to push me up the left lane that was holding as I was following the road ahead, second exit the roundabout, and into the right where there could potentially be overtaking traffic on the right. So I'm checking to see if it's safe on my right side before I go round the parked car and into the right lane. Can you see the roundabout coming up here?
I can see it, I can gather. See,
Good.
with experience,
Mirror,
we know cars are on the left and right, you see.
Turn
but
right on the roundabout.
it was obscured by the tree, wasn't it?
Going a tiny bit, bit on the circle, otherwise I might hit the pavement, so it's necessary. Okay, I'm slowing down here for this car that's poorly positioned and the oncoming traffic. Roundabout, turn left, mirror, mirror, signal left. And I'm looking to stop here because I'm not too sure where these vehicles are going. They're not signalling. I'm looking at their wheels to try and figure out where they're going. So the wheels are really almost a guarantee, or a guarantee of where a vehicle's travelling. I put my left signal back on because it's switched off. Okay, so be ready with your trigger finger to switch signals on or off accordingly to what's happening on the road. Okay, sometimes signals don't self-cancel, especially if you're changing lane. So you'll need to apply the signal. Cancel the signal. Okay, I needed to reapply it there because it cancelled. Right, down into first gear, which I think I was already in, but it's just double checking, and through the width restrictions. Okay, use reference points on your windowsill, which your driving instructor, if you're not here at our school, then your driving instructor should give you some reference points to help you with width restrictions, which are on the windowsill ledge. If your driving instructor doesn't give you any reference points, then I would question him, why aren't I using reference points or width restrictions so I know my distance from the curb? What can you do to help me with this? Now we are currently in the process of making an app, okay, which is going to outline the sort of guidelines for lessons, what you would like to be achieving by a certain set of lessons, a certain set of hours driving, and the syllabus and what you should be covering within these lessons, so that you know that you're getting what you should, in capital letters, be getting for your money and your time. Okay, alright, now we're turning left because it's a left only turn. You won't be given any direction there because the signs will be directing you, and at the beginning of your test you're told that follow the road ahead unless road markings or signs state otherwise. I'm following the road ahead and I'm keeping the left lane, so I'm not going to squash the car on my right. Okay, don't straight line the roundabout. If it's wide enough for 2 lanes, it's 2 lanes. If you're going straight on a roundabout, unless road signs state otherwise, road markings or signs state otherwise, you must use the left lane to go straight at the roundabout. It's the safest lane to use. Okay, and you must maintain that. Straight lining means that you're not holding the left lane. It means that you're keeping in the centre of the roundabout and you're not turning the wheel, you're just keeping the wheel straight, which means you're straight lining the roundabout. Okay, we're almost back. Yeah, just beyond this road, at the end of this road. We're pretty much here at the test centre. Alright, I think I've done enough talking now, so I'm actually going to stop talking.
Have a breather.
Have a breather, but that's what goes on in my brain when I'm driving. I'm literally just saying everything that's coming up in my head as I'm driving. So if your brain isn't firing away at the same sort of speeds or levels, even half that amount, then you're not ready for your test. Especially
commentary drive, car. That's what I would say.
Yeah, self-commentary.
Self-commentary in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. Always loads and loads of observations all the time. Reading the road ahead, anticipating everything as you're driving along. Carry on. Good. Yeah, the kids have just broken up. So what's that telling me? Time? The time is it? There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Are we done?
No, we're almost there. I'm just going to go park it up and then we're done.
Yeah.
Mike wants to go have a barbecue. Scott wants to go have a barbecue.
Yeah.
I think we're done for driving for the day, aren't we, Mike? Yeah. We do it every bloody day, don't we?
That's right, yes.
Yeah?
That's right, yes. We need a break too.
Yeah. But, you know, I really enjoy my job. I'm very grateful.
Definitely.
Okay, this is going to be tricky.
Yeah.
This guy's done an amazing job of moving in here and just giving me literally enough room to get through.
That's right, yes.
Now, if a learner tried to get through there, that would be a bit nerve-wracking. So maybe stopping, if
and
you
allowing,
don't like your gap,
allowing the oncoming vehicle to filter through.
Yeah.
Then you got more space.
Yeah. So I like to say, when in doubt, don't.
Don't take that opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Take your time. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Okay. And if you get, I call it the ooh feeling. You go ooh. People usually go ooh. Yeah, that's the time that you want to start to slow down, put the brakes on, and then maybe pull over and stop, or slowly come to a stop in the middle of the road.
Exactly.
Depending on the situation.
Exactly.
Mirror signal right. Back to Horsenden Lane.
Yep. We've done 2 routes now, haven't we?
We have done
and now 2. It's time for a break. Very important, guys. Don't drive too long.
No,
you must take a break.
Yeah. What would you say the maximum would be for?
What, for driving?
Yeah, before taking a break.
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
My car actually tells me to take a break.
At what point?
After about 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah. I mean on the motorways, why do you think there's so many service stations?
Okay, so I'm pulling in and stopping on the right because
they're always telling you to take a break.
This is a manoeuvre, so I checked my mirrors and signalled right. Now I'm going into reverse gear because I'll be asked to reverse back in a straight line, roughly 2 car lengths. Look all the way around the vehicle, make sure it's safe, and gently up on the clutch and down. Maybe cover the brake, won't need the accelerator. I noticed your foot was going over the gas, my foot's going over the gas as well. Gently up on the, when you were doing your manoeuvre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you're doing your parking. I'm pulling it in a little bit, looking all the way around the vehicle. If any vehicles come along, I'll stop, let them pass. They might pull in behind me. Okay, I'm getting a little bit closer, but I'm straightening the vehicle up by steering in the opposite direction to what I was just steering. Up a little bit on the clutch and down. This is where I'm looking for my camera on my car and the sensors. Alright, up a little bit and down. And gently coming to a stop. Clutch down all the way, brake. Handbrake first, neutral second, bada bing, bada boom, there's my manoeuvre. So you've got reverse parking, and I just did pulling over and stopping on the right. And there we have the test centre over there, where the children are. Squish your head, squish your head. Sorry. And then, yeah, that's it. Anything you want to add, Mike?
No,
apart
perfect.
From
Yeah,
you're hungry and you want to go get some food and...
Just, you know, look, you're going to do the test. You're obviously, if you come with us, you're with the right team. You're with the right team. We've got the patience, we've got the knowledge, we've got the experience. Yeah, we'll get you through it.
We've got Ernie.
Yep, that's it.
We've got Pratish. Pratish has got the same car as me. So if you see my car, he's got exactly the same car. Yep. We're all very professional.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll have a laugh.
Yeah,
perfect.
Have fun.
Have fun.
It's important.
It is important. Yeah, you need to be relaxed.
Yes.
That kind of, you don't want to feel under pressure at all times, because if you don't have the feeling of driving, you're not going to, the experience is not going to be there, and you won't digest enough information. So you really got to have a very calm mind when you're driving as well.
Yeah,
Don't feel stressed.
Think some instructors aren't really made for the job.
No,
scream and shout at
you. No. You want to be relaxed.
Someone screaming and shouting at you while you're trying to drive.
Exactly.
And that goes the same for the examiners. All right, okay, let's end it there. But please like, comment, and subscribe, share. We're also on Instagram, 2-day pass. Okay, it's going to become a common theme now where me and Mike are going to start the podcast, and we're going to be doing our rants, aren't we? We're going to be doing our driving instructors 2 cents. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, bye for now, and thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.